Hey everybody, it's your girl AM with No Frontin The Podcast, and today is season 2 finale. Man, we made it. It's been a wonderful season, and I decided to give something back to you all, the fans, the listeners, and this episode is all about me, your host, and we're going to answer some questions you all have for me. How I decided to do this is I'm just going to answer the questions in the order of how I received them, completely anonymous. So that way, you ask me a personal question that you may not want everybody knowing. That's perfectly fine. Um, we're going to start off with just, the reason why I wanted to do like informal like questionnaire to kind of end season 2 was to kind of end season 2 on a good note, kind of touch back on like getting to know me and lead to some decisions that I made for season 3. Because there will be a season 3, people. This is not the end. This is just, season 2 finale, but I'm coming back for season 3. And without further ado, I'm gonna get to these questions you all been asking me. Um, so the first question is it hard to find a new artist to interview? If so, why? Do I think it's hard? No, not really. There's a lot of talented artists out here in Dallas. There's a lot of talented artists in Texas. I'm from Mississippi. There's a lot of talented artists from Mississippi. So I think there's like there's a flow of talent and artists. Um, an announcement that I have for season 3 is that this is Feel Pride Month, people. So what I decided to do is that season 3, I'm only going to interview LGBTQI plus individuals. Only LGBTQ plus individuals, and that's because I have kind of mixed it in. I want to interview everyone, but I want to have season 3 just for my community. So I'm only interviewing LGBTQIA plus community, and maybe not A because that's ally, I guess. But yeah, I'm only gonna interview my community for season 3. So that's one announcement that I have. Another question: what have you found to be most challenging? My time management, y'all. I'm horrible. Like, it's not easy to like stay on a set schedule. I'm always on the go. If you know me, you probably seen me out, or you've been out with me, or you've been over to my house. I have wonderful kickbacks. Then I tried to stay on a tight schedule, and I did really good this season. I didn't miss an episode. I didn't miss anything of that, like uploading. Although I haven't uploaded all of the That Is Weird or the verses or I Was Today Years Old, which in my downtime in between, getting y'all ready for season 3, I plan on uploading all those clips. So that way you all, I stay on y'all mind, you don't forget about me, in between season 2 and season 3. So look forward to that dropping on my page soon. Next question. What has living in Dallas taught you about yourself and the world? That is a good one. Living in Dallas has taught me that I'm stronger than I know, that I can make it. It isn't easy. It definitely isn't easy living on my own. It isn't easy moving to a whole new state and starting a brand, starting something that I love. I love my podcast. I love you all. So it has taught me that you can do things if you put your mind to it, you work hard at it, you can do it. You just have to grind. It's hard, it's hustling, it is what it is, but it's worth it at the end. In regards to like the world, Dallas has taught me that you're going to meet people in the world that you may not automatically assume you have something in common, but we're human. We all make mistakes. We all are growing, and that's something we have in common. I don't think anyone just stops learning and stop growing. So I think living in Dallas has shown me that even though I'm from Mississippi, that I have a lot in common with people like from Dallas and from other places because a lot of people here in Dallas are not from Dallas, like a lot. So yeah. Um, what is your long term goal or dreams for No Friend the Podcast? Uh, I would love for No Friend the Podcast to, of course, be like be on the radio. I would love to be a radio host to be able to like bring this on a larger scale. But uh, I think in regards to like season three, again, a little announcement for season three. I think I want to start actually have a more like talk show setting. So season three will be in person, people. Like it won't be these video chats. COVID is still real, but I'm fully vaccinated. Another update, if you've been listening, I did get fully vaccinated. So season three will be live, you all. Will be like in person interviews with individuals. So I'm looking forward to that. It will also still be visual. You able to go to YouTube, go to our Facebook, see everything. So I hope that No Friend the Podcast as like No Fronting as a brand expands. Where the talk show, radio, whether it's a YouTube series and not just video. So yeah, I definitely see it expanding and growing. Um, so I wanted to know what made you start a podcast. I had a friend, Candy K Lynn. She runs the podcast that airs on Monday. It is she hosted with her brother, and it's Pull Up. Um, I was able to be featured on the episode, um, talking to her about it and her passion about it, and me wanting an outlet. Also, I have some extremely talented friends, and it started off me interviewing my friends. Like the first season, were people that I knew, people I worked with, people that I interacted with outside of just the podcast. Of course, season two, you saw that as well, but it was mostly friends that I knew. So also having something that I could allow my friends to also benefit from is why I started the podcast. Um, how long have I been in Dallas? That's a good question. I've been in Dallas since 2016. So I'm not a texting yet. I don't cut myself to texting until you're at like 10 years. You're 10 years, you're text. I'm not texting yet. I'm coming up. I'm at 5 years, but not there yet. What made me move to Dallas? Family. I had a cousin that was here. I visited. The weather is nice. It'll be hot as fuck. It is summertime. Um, it's it's still the South. It's still not far from home. And there's a lot of shit to do here. Like people like I'm always out and about. You see me out, you know what it is. Like I'm always on the move, always on the go. It's something always to do. And I love that. I'm from Mississippi. Some days, some months ain't shit to do. So yeah. Um, do I see myself doing more than the podcast? Something similar to the previous question. Yes. But personally, I see myself being featured on other podcasts. I also want to start other podcasts other than No Fronting. I'm also thinking about starting a web series myself. I was featured. I did have a web series with like when I was in college with some friends that I am thinking about starting back. Maybe giving y'all a little exclusive. May end up starting that back. People that know me in college, you know exactly what web series I'm talking about. But I also want to get into acting. I don't know if y'all seen me lately, but I've lost some weight and been looking kind of sexy. I might, hop into modeling. I do think I look mighty dapper myself. But yes, I definitely see me doing more in an entertainment field than just the podcast. Have you ever thought about pursuing your own talk show? Yes, touch base on that. I think I want to start off with having the podcast turn into more of a talk show setting and see how it feels. But I kind of like being like over y'all radios. Like, you in a car, you just turn me on, and I love music. So it's something similar to that. But yeah, definitely thought about it. Will I have celebrity guests on my podcast? I hope that one day I get a few like celebrity guests, that would be awesome. I can't say that there's gonna happen season three. I would love to happen season three. I can claim it, try to speak it into existence or manifest it. So that's definitely a possibility. If y'all know any celebrities that want to be on the podcast, then let me know. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. I would love to have a few celebrities on the podcast. So the next question. So it says, how are you going to expand your platform? That's a good question. In season three, I plan to take a more talk show um, setting. I plan on, of course, doing in person interviews. I did this season two. I expanded to YouTube, so I just want to keep that expansion going. Also, of course, I'm on. I went to video in general for season two, so just want to keep that going in regards to season three. Someone asked, "Will I have merchandise?" That is a really good question. In my downtime in between now and season three, I'm hoping to start working on some merch. I know y'all see my little No Frontin The Podcast icon. I would definitely love to have some merch. Plus, I have some nice catchphrases that would definitely love to be put on a shirt for people to wear, for myself to wear. So keep eye out for that. I can't guarantee for season three, but I'm going to try to have some merch very soon for you all. Um, so another question: well, will I have like weekly Instagram highlights to showcase fans or artists before the podcast drops? So, for season three, as I mentioned, I am going to drop the verses, the that is weird, the I was today years old, but I do want to start promoting artists on my page in between the downtime of this season and season three. So if you are an artist, if you are listening, if you would love to have like your song, be posted, your album, your EP shout out on my page, just let me know. Like slide in my DMs, man. It's just as simple as y'all slide in my DMs for these questions. It's not. Uh, I love to highlight other people. So yes, I will in the downtime of this season and season three starting, I will start doing promo for artists. But not just artists. Again, my show, yeah, I do interview a lot of artists, but businesses, you have other things that you have, going. I want to interview season three, I just want to interview my LGBTQ community. So it doesn't matter what you do, you don't necessarily have to be an artist. Just reach out to me. I'm very open. Everyone that knows me know this. So yeah. Another question. Okay, so can you interview a financial advisor and do an interview about saving money? I would love to. If y'all know any financial advisors, if whoever asked me this question, when you want me to interview, I will definitely interview them for you. I know previous episode I interviewed someone for stocks. I definitely want to give y'all more informational, more things that are beneficial to my listeners. Yes, you all love the artists. I know you all love listening to like new music, but you want to know different things in life that you didn't know before. So I will definitely look into that for you. Um, okay, they also asked, how about monthly shows based on finances? That's a good question. I don't know. I can't promise you that. But maybe we can have someone like a financial advisor guest once a month or a weekly update, depending on if I go back to weekly, depending on if I stay weekly or I go back to bi-weekly in regards to season three. So maybe they can give y'all a little financial advice per episode, but very briefly. Maybe that's an aspect I could add. If you all think that's a good idea, you can comment. You can definitely, leave me your feedback. And then the last question with this individual, they wanted to know, Oh, okay. If I can interview a realtor or interview someone that has any information about real estate, yeah, I think I can. I don't think that is a far-fetched request. I think it's actually a good idea. Um, yes, I can. Again, if you know anyone that you would like me to interview, I can do so. So that way, we are you are aware. You kind of get the information you want from that person. Again, it is I'm going to do season 3 LGBTQ only. So I'll see what I can find for you. Next individual wanted to know, what was your favorite interview this season? Ooh, that's a hard one. Season 2 started off with a good bang. I'm going to say the interview with my fellow podcaster, Raven. We did a crossover with Outrageous Tales and, No Frontin The Podcast. And I think that's when I first started That Is Weird. And that segment people really liked. They really liked that particular topic that we talked about in regards to living separately than your like married partner, like in a separate house. So shout out to Raven. That was probably my favorite interview. What was your biggest accomplishment this season? Staying on schedule. I wanted to go weekly. I wanted to stay weekly. I didn't want to miss an episode, and I did it. So small accomplishments. It's not huge, but it is. Okay. What song, album, artist that puts you in a summer mood? So I listen to a lot of different artists. So I'm gonna go to my library so I don't lie to you all and see who's on my summer playlist. Brent Fayez. He's on my summer playlist. He dropped the song Gravity. I really like that song. Shout out to my boy D-Lo the Don. I've been playing right now on repeat. That's like it's a feel good drive song that I really like. He was part of my top 10. That's part of my summer playlist. Okay, Kid and the song Essence. A lot of people have been bumping this lately. I've seen it on y'all Instagram stories. It's a good song. It's a good feel good song. It's give me some island vibes. So I be a little groove to it. So that's definitely on my summer playlist. In regards to like artists, like Megan Thee Stallion definitely getting played. It's a hot girl summer, so definitely playing that. YG dropped a little something that I've been listening to, a little some, so that's something as well. But I can't really say who's on my playlist for the summer because people are still like dropping songs. So I want to say those artists for right now, but definitely gonna be a lot more. Okay. Another person asks, as a podcaster with a full-time job, how do you manage consistently pushing out good quality episodes? Plan ahead of time. Like I actually did good in like setting the time frames with individuals like I discussed. Like everyone I interviewed was really like flexible, and I appreciate that. We all have lives, we all have 9 to 5s, and this is technically my side hustle right now. So just like, trying to set a set time and sticking to it. I had a set plan. I was going to produce every Saturday, and that's what I did. So, yeah. Okay. With COVID restrictions lifted and the state opening, are there any concerts you plan on attending this summer? That is a really good question. I haven't really been looking at concerts yet. I know, so I mentioned Kevin Gates. I wasn't too fond of his new project, so that's a maybe. It's a possibility because it's something that it's an artist that I do like, and like you said, it's outside the concert, so maybe. I was looking at. I'm really interested in Lil Baby. I wish if he comes to Dallas, I'm definitely going. Just a given. Definitely fucking going. Same with Megan. If she comes to Dallas again, I'm going. Of course, her, SZA, I like the R&B vibes a lot of times in regards to concerts. So, they come at the Dallas, I'm going. So, no, right now, as a question, individual, I don't have a set concert that I'm going to go to, but I'm definitely going to go to a concert 2021. It's open. We outside, people. So, definitely. Ooh, okay. Kind of question, kind of personal. Are you single, dating, or mingling? I am dating. Yeah, I'm answering that very simple. Like I am dating. Um, what podcast or podcaster inspires you? I mentioned earlier, Candy K Land and pull up. I do like that. That's what really started me to do my own podcast. Outrageous Tales. Shout out to you. I love your podcast as well. Um, in regards to like just different artists, different podcasts, I met the Conscious Man podcast. I was ended up able to meet that host and shout out to don't even lie to y'all, I'm gonna get his name. But I do listen, I like the Conscious Man. He talks about different topics, like I talk about different topics from a different viewpoint. I like listening to others' viewpoint. I think it's very important. Scott, shout out to Scott. We met when I was in the start of mine. He'd already had his going, so yeah, you three. I listen to you all the most. I have a few others, but they're not really inspiring because they're not very similar to my particular platform. But yeah, those three. Um, what sets No Frontin a podcast apart from other podcasts? Me. Fuck you mean? Me. Y'all see me. Me, nigga. But I think what sets me apart from other podcasts is just like I'm purely interview based. Like my podcast is similar to like radio show or talk show. I think it kind of leaves me room to grow. It leaves me room to expand. It leaves me room to venture out from the podcast because of the type of podcast I have. So I think that my podcast is strictly interview and is based. It really focused on like everyone else. Like it really isn't on me or a particular topic. I interview people based on their talents, their skills. Um, Next question, of course, someone asks, "How do you feel about artists changing themselves physically once they become mainstream?" Okay. Um, that's a good question. Um, I wish. Well, I can't say. When I get some money, I might do something crazy too. I think with having money, having fame, it's not necessarily they changing themselves for other people. It could be something they always wanted to do, and because they're now have the money to do it, the fame to do it, they're doing it. So, I feel like it. I feel like going too extreme is a turn off for me personally. But there's nothing wrong with changing yourself in a way that makes you feel comfortable. Um, okay, kind of same person asks, do you think the physical change is due to the media and society's expectations? Or do you think that it's something the person wanted to do? So yeah, I answer that yes. I think something the person may have wanted to do. Of course, I feel that also the media and people are fucking mean. We're mean. Social media is mean. It's harsh. People don't put themselves in your shoes. People don't realize that you're human. Like you have feelings, you have emotions. So I feel like the extreme, like sometimes it can be based on others' viewpoints, and then sometimes it can be based off of what you're wanting to do. So yeah. All right. Another individual. In your own opinion, which like mainstream artist has remained their like true self? And do you think and who do I think has changed completely from when they started? Right now, Nikki. I'm sorry. Nikki has changed since she started. She's the one that kind of changed. I kind of like this, like like more recent Nikki. I didn't like Nikki when she first started. She really wasn't like someone I really liked. Like the itty bitty piggy, I didn't like it. I didn't like any of that. I didn't like any of it. So when Pink Friday dropped, I really liked Pink Friday, and since then I was like, okay, she's actually good. I just didn't like those particular songs prior to her becoming like really really big. But the artist that remained true, Megan is staying right now. You know, she I hope she stays the same. You know, she loves her body how it is. You know, if she does make changes, it's kind of like fitness change. Like I'm making a fitness change, so you know, like that type of like change. And her music, you know, she has like you know you have to change your flow, but she makes music for women. And she's you know she makes music for you hotties, and you know it's summertime, so I'm happy that she sticks to making music for the summertime because I be needing summer music, and y'all be needing summer music to twerk. You know, shake that ass to. You know, be ratchet. You know, your thought shit. You know, so I thank her for that. I thank her for that. Okay. Another person asks, in what ways do you expect to impact people from your podcast, and what do you plan to bring us next season? So, how I plan, how do I think it impacts people is that you're able to listen and see other people do something you may want to do, and that you may be like afraid to do or don't really know where to start. But I think that it is important to like I think it's important to be represented, which is why my next season is going to be LGBTQ community. It's going to be my community. Um, so it's important for people to see that they're represented. It's important to see that it's important for people to know that you can do it. Is it going to be easy? I always mention that it's a hustle, it's a grind. But it's worth it. It pays off, and you see these people like on my podcast that and it's paying off. You know, they're out here hustling, they're moving. You know, shout out to everybody's been on a series. You know, y'all definitely have been. Y'all definitely are a inspiration to someone, whether you know it or not. Someone is listening to you, someone seeing you doing it, and they now know that they can do it. At least they should do it. They should try. Like you're trying every day. I go out here and I try. This is me trying right now. Like and that's the first start. That's the first step. Um, okay. What are so someone asks, what are your personal goals for your future before you turn 30? Um, and what place do I see the podcast playing in that? That's a good question. So you all, I say I'm old all the time, but I'm not yet 30. I'm 27. I'll be 28 this year. Um, I plan on doing more talk show. I want to do it more radio based. So I want to do it more, I guess more mainstream, in a sense. So before I turn 30, I definitely see the podcast maybe expanding into a talk show or expanding into a radio show, like actually on the radio. You know, um, and personal. I'm sorry. You asked personal goals. Personal goals. A good question. Before I'm 30, well, I plan on. I just got my passport. So I plan on leaving the country. My first trip is actually this December to Mexico. So that's a big thing. It's a big step for me. I want to travel more, travel with my friends more, and then also travel by myself. I want to start doing just me trips, even if there's like just weekend trips somewhere. I want to plan a trip where just I go. This year, I started to take myself on dates. I started to actually go to nice restaurants. I went to Salt Bay Restaurant and had a good time. I went to Eddie V's and had a good time just by myself. So, personal goal will continue to do that, continue to find out what I personally like for me. So that way it makes it easier for my partner to know what I like. So, yeah. Um, Okay. Another person asks, what knowledge would you give someone that may want to start a podcast? Wow, that's a good question. What advice? Have a reliable computer, of course, with a lot of memory. Um, pinpoint what topic you want to have. Like, what is your podcast focus? What is your what is the age group that you're trying to appeal to? Um, Certain streaming sites. So, like, I would say right now I'm using StreamYard to do my videos, and then I just save it and upload it to different other sites. So I would say you use social media, post regularly, interact, comment, share, like. Um, I use Lisping personally to actually dispute to dispute like all my um sorry y'all brain fart. I use Lisping. They are my main. They are the ones that that's a system that I use to get my podcast out to all the streaming platforms. I don't go individually and upload it. I upload it straight to Lisping and it goes to everywhere else. I definitely recommend if you don't use Lisping, use something similar. So that way it makes you uploading your podcast universal. It makes it a lot easier and it takes away a lot of the stress, people. A lot of the stress. Um, okay, wow. All right. As we wind down, this person wanted to get personal. Um, they ask, what is your favorite sex position? All of them. Every single one. Any position I can get her in. Any position I can be in. All of them. Uh, I'm not picky at all. I'm very open-minded. Um, huh. Same person. Um, where is the craziest place you ever had sex? And tell the story. All right, kids, it's story time. Um, the craziest place. I don't know. I don't know what people consider crazy. I feel like we're in 2021 and places that may have been crazy are no longer crazy. Um, let me think. Let me think. What would I consider? Probably a dressing room. Dressing room at the mall. The best part about being a woman and dating women is that you can go into the dressing room with them. Um, I was seeing someone and we were going like shopping for their birthday. And I was like, I also want to buy you like a full birthday outfit, like from like head to toe, like got nails did, got like massage, got like new purse, like a whole outfit. And like in between of us, like going to like find her, the outfit, the purse. We step into a dressing room and it went down. Any place it can happen. But I'm gonna say a dressing room. I feel like that's kind of common, but dressing room at the mall happened because I was tricking. I guess you could say. Ha. Okay. Mom, I hope you're not listening. Um, whoa. This is actually I think this is the last question that I have, and people are very, very funny. Okay, we're going to end on a spicy one, people. Again, Mom, if you were listening or watching, please go ahead and turn off. This is when you log off. You shouldn't be hearing this. But the question was, uh, do you eat ass, and would you recommend it? Wow. I can't say I recommend anything to anyone. I'm not gonna be out here acting like you should do this because I do it about any sexual activity. So I wouldn't say I would recommend eating ass. Have I'm an adult. I can honestly say yes. I'm an adult. Um, I'm very open with my partners if that's something that they want. Okay. Um, yeah. So do I would say not it's not like, oh my God, I'm finna go out here and eat some ass. So it's not like something that I'm just out here doing for everybody. Have I? Yes. There's a lot of things I've done, but yes, would I recommend it? I mean, if you're open minded, why not? If your partner's comfortable, you're comfortable, why not? Um, I don't think anything is off limits if you really care about your partner, but that's just me personally. Let me rephrase that. Trying something for the first time shouldn't be off limits if you're coming with a partner. If you already know it is not for you, don't let anyone force you to do it because you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy any sexual act if you're not comfortable with doing it. So I wouldn't recommend any sexual act that you feel like you're uncomfortable with. But if you're open minded, if you and your partner talk about it, fuck yeah, do it. Do it all the time, anywhere, even in a fucking dressing room. Yeah. Um. Wow. You all are. You all asking really good questions, man. I definitely do appreciate you all for your questions. You all definitely had me a little worried. I know that I'm a wee bit ignorant, so I didn't know if you all were gonna be a wee bit ignorant with your questions. But you all didn't really ask me too much crazy. I appreciate that. I hope I answered everyone's question. I hope I answered everyone's question the way that you were expecting, or maybe not. Maybe I shocked you. Maybe the eating ass one probably shocked you, or maybe not. You know, maybe I look like it. I don't know. I don't know. But the announcements for season 3. So again, season 2, I don't know if you all noticed, but season 2 was the season of the hats. I have an extensive hat collection, people. And for the final one, I wanted to let y'all know that I have, I'm not just a fitted or a baseball cap girl. I can pop out in a fedora, and dress it up a little. Again, season 3 will be based just on LGBTQ community. Um, I'm so excited to get season 3 started. In regards to like when it's going to drop, I'm not going to give you all a date yet. You all have to stay tuned and stay alert. Be notified. You should definitely be subscribed to my YouTube channel. You should also follow me on Facebook because it is No Frontin The Podcast, and then of course my Instagram. That's what I have. We have most of our connections, our vibes. So you have to stay on top of things. The way to stay on top of things is to hit me up in my DMs if you have any questions, but to also make sure that you're following me so that way when I post things, you're aware. Um, One thing I do want to announce to you all is that after I drop, the segments that I haven't, I am going to take a hiatus from social media. I'm taking a mental break. My mental health is important. So I've decided to take a break from social media. So I know I'm going to miss you all. I am going to still drop the episode, like the segments, like that it weird versus I was 8 years old, as promised. But other than that, I will be a little less active for a little while. I do plan to come back stronger and more mentally here. The podcast definitely brings me joy, but there are things that I do still need to work on personally that I'm going to work on. So that way I come back to you all stronger, healthier, and more prepared for things to come. Because season 3 is going to come with a lot. And I'm not going to give you all a lot of exclusives. I'm not. I know I'm the queen of exclusives, but I'm not going to tell you all anything else. You're going to have to stay tuned. Um, Season 2 has been a blast, y'all. It has been fun to record season 2. It's been fun to like be able to see myself. So if you all see me, I have a pretty decent face. So I felt that season 2, you all deserve to see it. Plus, y'all saw my hats, you all saw my shirts, I support black businesses, that's my thing. I love us. This is for black, this is for gay, like but yeah, so with that being said, um I do apologize if I couldn't answer your question again. I had to cut off people And everything can't be on CTP time. Can't be. But if you want to ask any other questions, maybe if I didn't answer your question because you missed my cutoff, some people, I'm not going. We ain't dropping no names in no regard. I will maybe answer it personally. I may email you back. I may touch base. I may touch on it in season 3. You never know. Um, I can't wait for season 3, you all. And I want to thank everyone that has been rocking with me through season 1 and season 2, seeing the growth, seeing the change. Uh, I've seen the numbers increase, so I want to thank you all for that. Thank you for being loyal. Thank you for sharing. Thank all the artists that were on season 2. Thank you all. You all have been very flexible. You all have been understanding because know some things I had to change with some artists, and that means a lot to me. So thank you all. When I come back for season 3, I'm gonna be a whole new person, and it's so much is coming forth. No Friend the Podcast that you all just have to stay tuned. You all gotta stay tuned. So in regards to that, I want to thank you all for listening, man. Y'all made it to season 2. Like this last one for a while, man. Y'all gonna miss me. Y'all gonna miss me, right? I'm gonna miss y'all. I'm gonna miss y'all. But it won't be for long. It won't be. Y'all gotta wait for that drop. That's all I'm gonna say. Uh, Nothing else much. No other news for right now, but stay tuned, you all. Again, thank you for listening. It's been a wonderful season. It's been so many things that I could highlight, but I just want to thank you all for allowing me to allowing me to express myself with this episode, with letting you all get a little bit more about me and the podcast. And I love y'all, basically. Um, and I will see you all for season 3. Peace.